that time. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Manziel. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They go back to the air here after the INT. And the catch made here by Sharon Peak. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. Fresh set of downs here.
Hurry up, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Here we go now. No. There we go now. Detroit. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. Fighting through. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs.
Over.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff eluding the pressure right. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Hurry up, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
And the back goes into motion. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now.
And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the D-line's going to spread out. One receiver left, two to the right. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now let's go. Hold on. No. Check. Patriot. No. Check. Patriot. Set. Green.
Here's Manziel. Finding time. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and it's third and short.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Now Manziel firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Doxson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
Watch you now, Barney. Over. All right, here we go.
Manziel. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Blue 90. Blue 90. Set. All right, now, look at 56. Detroit.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And now they're in the hurry-up.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
To throw is Goff. And he will find his man on the outside. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Detroit! All right, now, look at 56. Look at 59.
On first down, it's Gurley. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. It'll be a gain of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Black 99 Philly, here we go.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. They're going to hurry back to the line now. In motion, Patterson. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And an alley to run. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
That, quite simply, is Jeremy Hill. A very powerful, compact back.
He's always been that. Even back at LSU, that's where he honed that skill, right?
Love to run between the tackles and take the contact as well as dish it out.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. On the toss, it's Gurley. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes,
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The one running back is Gurley. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff, buying time to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley, and that'll bring up second down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Second down following the incompletion. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. And quickly they get to the line.
All right, now lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. On the move to his left. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give him a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Throwing left side, it's complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And no way to get loose that time as Manziel goes down. Robert Quinn from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Now Manziel. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll hand it off to Kelly. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
4 yards remaining now on 2nd down.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4.
Watch him now, Barney.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Here we go now. 3. Back 9 Detroit. All right, here we go.
Here's Manziel. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. Because you got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers that have to get out and vacate. You got the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And, of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
He finds his target. It's Crowder. Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Crowder, 82 yards. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. He had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Set! No. Check. Patriot! Over! Watch him now, Barney!
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Key the tight end. Hey, we got 3
Now
down.
let's go!
Following the penalty, it's Hill. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
So we've got a 2nd and 5.
Tight left. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end.
Set!
3 down.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
You got 3 down.
Detroit!
Kill.
Now Goff on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
5 yards to gain here on 3rd down.
Leopard! Now let's go! Green, 39! No. Check! Patriot! Over!
Again, Goff. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They'll come out in the pistol.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! Detroit! Gun! All right, now, lucky 56! Detroit!
Crunch.
No. Check! Patriot!
The Rams going for it on 4th. Goff. And that is incomplete. No luck that time for Jeff Fisher's guys. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. So out now come the Redskins. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Leopard! Hurry up!
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 30 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a Washington 1st down.
Gun!
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Manziel. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Robert Quinn in there to get him for his second sack of the night. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Time running out here on the play clock. And Forbath will put this one through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over, and on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe him.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Halfback sent in motion. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. He's got time. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Time for a break. A big play there for L.A. 63 yards. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
No. Check. Patriot.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They run. It's Gurley. And able to break 1 tackle. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Double tight.
They come out here in the eye. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Here's Gurley. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And they're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? Let's go.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Mike's 50. I got you, punk.
Here we go. It's Gurley. And he is going to lose yardage here. Gurley unable to punch it in on 4th and goal. And the Redskins are able to come up with a goal line stand. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
All right, here we go. Check. Patriot. Back nine. Watch it now, boy. Watch it now, boy. No. Watch it now, boy. No. Here we go. Go. Detroit. All right, now, Detroit. No. Detroit. All right, now. No. Check. Patriot.
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly, and he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Down to an Egos Manziel, and that should be your ball game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Redskins, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for L.A., the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Los Angeles.